Hey guys, how's it going? Brent and I have some serious shopping to do today. If you're noticing behind me, there is something missing. The Lady Banks rose is gone. Last week, the neighbor had cleaned up a portion of it and had cleaned up a tree that was right there. And then this morning, Brent and I were enjoying coffee, and all of a sudden the Lady Banks rose started moving. And we're like, what is going on? And turns out it is gone. So no more Lady Banks rose, which happens to be a blessing and a curse at the same time. Brent and I are going today, and we are going to go find some trees. We really need some trees. It's funny. We didn't realize how big that thing was. We knew it was huge because I could be on a 6 foot tall ladder, and it was still taller than I was. But we didn't realize the privacy that it lended. So we are going today, and we're going to go find a couple trees to put in that place, which means I need to move a rose, and I possibly need to move that hydrangea that's there, which is such a bummer. I really don't know if I want to move it. We're going to play it by ear. And then I also have a couple Hokanacloa that I need to move. So the plan today is get some trees planted in that area. I don't know if we're even going to be able to find anything or what we're going to be able to find. We need something that is tall and instant impact. How we're going to fit it in the car, I don't know. That's for later me to figure out. We might end up renting a U-Haul, but I want to get it in the ground, and I want to get it in the ground now. I want it to happen ASAP, which also might mean that I need to move that crab apple that I just planted. Let me show you. It's insane. So while I had a love-hate relationship with that Lady Banks rose, it did lend to a ton of privacy. I mean, that thing went from here all the way over to the shed that's there, which is crazy. And there's some guys that are working right now. They've pruned up the crepe myrtle that's there, so they crepe murdered it. And then the Lady Banks is gone. It looks like some privets are coming out, which is great. It's a great thing to happen. But I now need to plant something, dink, right here. And I need it to grow quickly. What we're gonna plant, I'm not sure. I'm also thinking that maybe I need to get something to go here, meaning Robbie's moving the chokeberry again. I just think I need to fill this area out. And so I've got this crab apple that's in full bloom right now, and it's going to fill out this entire area. But now I'm not sure if that's right. I think for now we'll leave it, and then we'll just play by ear. I mean, the crab apple is absolutely stunning, and I really want it to be a walk-under tree, something that you just walk under and get to enjoy. To have these blooms right by a walkway, spectacular. So stunning. So we'll go today, and we'll see what we can find. Can you see all the cottonwood flying in the air? I absolutely love when the cottonwood blooms and it blows its little cotton throughout the air. It feels very magical to me. Anyways, we will get something that can go here, start creating more privacy, maybe something that goes on the other side of that. We're gonna see how many trees we can find. I mean, technically, I also need some things for here. That might be for a later me to figure out though. And I would also really like to maybe get a couple other things planted, start making a dent in that pile. I have way more plants coming, and so I need to start working on that pile. I need to stop with the analysis paralysis, and I need to just get some things in the garden. Some of those things I had actually planned to put some of the hydrangeas. I planned to take out the rose, and I planned to put the hydrangea there, but I don't think that's gonna work now. So let's go see what we can find, and I think it's gonna be a good day anyways. I do want to say too, I'm not mad that the Lady Banks is gone. I had a love-hate relationship with that thing. I loved when it bloomed, but then the rest of the year I did not love it. So I am happy that it is gone. It's just different. It's really funny because I'm standing here and like to the side of me, like I can see out of like my peripheral vision, and it feels way more open. Wasn't expecting it. So it's just kind of funny. I do like it though. I do like it being gone, and it means that I can plant a tree there, and I like trees. Also, Brent is working on the espalier today. Okay, we've made it. We're at Magnolia, and we're gonna see how many trees that we can find that are decent size. I see some evergreens in the back. I also told Brent, I said, why didn't we buy these crab apples? Let me show you guys them. They're really pretty, but there's a reason that I didn't buy them this size. So I found these crab apples, and these ones are $125. They're huge, and they're branched out, and they're instantly beautiful. Whereas the one that I have is just a stick, but these are $125, and I think I paid $25, $30 for mine. So they're really pretty. But oh, it's so much money. Let's see what they've got. I just found this really cool Redbud, but it's a white Redbud. So this is the Vanilla Twist Eastern Redbud, and it's 180 bucks, and I've never seen a white Redbud. I didn't know that they were white. I just thought that was really, really interesting. So I'm finding lots of things. I'm seeing some lemon cypress. We're talking about possibly doing some more of these guys. These are 13 for these small ones. They've got some bigger ones too that are 60. I just don't know. I don't know. This is some type of cypress. They're really, really pretty. I really like them, but I need to stay away from them. We've got lots of Japanese maples in right now. And the tree that I'm really thinking that I want to look up, I can't figure out the sizing on this one, is this. It's already quite tall. So this is an emerald cascade, and I cannot find anything online about it. It's already a really good size. And it's only like 80 bucks. And I can't figure out the size or the growing zone online about this tree. So I need to see what they say about it. Also, how pretty is this? Another weeping white spruce. Oh, the weeping Norway spruce. I love weeping Norway spruce. I also love weeping white spruce. They've got that one. And then they have another weeping Norway spruce. Look at this. Isn't that so fun? But then they also have, are these Atlas cedars? Is that what these guys are? Oh gosh, Robbie, you're doing really good. We need something tall immediately. And you can see these are already really tall compared to the fence. They're in pretty large containers. So once they would go into the ground, they would drop down quite a bit. I don't know. And then they've got a bunch of deciduous. Brent was saying to do one of the plums right there. I don't think I really want to do that. I think evergreen might be best option, but it's finding something that is immediately tall. Just found these, and I'm kind of leaning towards them. Brent says he doesn't really like it, but I'm really leaning towards them. These are hornbeams. These are European hornbeams, $150. I would probably buy both of them. Hornbeams take really, really well to shaping and to pruning, so you kind of ignore the plant tag size. You're just gonna laugh. 35 feet wide and 45 feet tall. You can totally pleach these and prune on these guys and cut on them and keep them very, very small for a very long time. So this is not one that I would ever listen to this tag, because we would keep this much, much smaller. Hardy in zones 4 through 8, but I know that they do well here in zone 9 for California. Moderate grower, not super fast, and they are deciduous. And even says it takes well to hard pruning as a formal hedge, and a lot of people will do that. And they're pretty densely branched, so you can see how many branches there are, and it's barely leafed out, and you can hardly see through it. So I like them. I'm kind of leaning towards both of these guys and planting them right next to each other, and then I would limb up all of this and have it be something that forms a hedge right at the fence line. So my vote is the hornbeam. Brent has 3 trees he's picked out, and I vetoed all of them. He wants to do another ginkgo. Literally the exact same ginkgo he wants to do. So if you're local and you want this ginkgo tree, they have it here at Magnolia. They've got a couple of them. They've got 2 of them, 185 large trees. So they've got 2 of them here if you're wanting these ones. I vetoed him, told him no, we're not adding a second ginkgo tree to the property. I just wanted 1. He also said he wants to do lemon cypress. I said they're way too small. We need them to be hidden now. And then his other one, was the plum trees. And I also vetoed that. So it looks like the decision's been made. I guess we're going with the hornbeam. I really wanted to do a dogwood. Dogwoods are another one that I would love to add to our property. But they're just a little too airy and not so full, where the hornbeam grows super dense. And the dogwoods, they don't have any here that stay small. It's so ridiculous that I say that, because the hornbeam gets what did it say, 25 feet wide or something like that? And then we looked at these dogwoods and they're all 20 feet wide. But here's the thing, is I can trim the hornbeam. I cannot cut back on the dogwood the way that I need to prune. So I think we have to go with the other ones. I would love to do a dogwood though. There's some really, really beautiful dogwoods. They've got a ton of fabulous options here, especially like some smaller things. And then they also have some very large things also. So really kind of whatever you need. And then lots of Japanese maples, which I don't even look at because I don't have a good feeling that I would keep those alive. This has been a dream plant. I think this is like the Weeping Alaskan Cedar. Stunning, stunning tree. I mean, technically they fit in the car. Is it gonna be a comfortable ride home? No, but they fit. Let's go home and get these guys planted now. We're back home and it's the very end of the day, and I think we're gonna wait to get these guys planted until tomorrow, which is just a minute for you guys. You're very lucky in that sense. But they look really, really good there. I cannot wait to get those planted. I can't even show you guys because where they're at, look at the sun. Well, I mean, I guess that you can kind of see. There's one there and then one there. And the plan is to kind of get them to grow at fence height and then just kind of fill this whole thing in. And they'll grow behind the lemon cypress. There's plenty enough room behind the lemon cypress, but eventually it'll just start to hide everything over there. And I'm kind of thinking, wouldn't it be nice if I had a few more where the arbs are right there? And if those ones right there came out, the arbs, they have to go. And if we could start hiding a few other things, I think that a hedge of these hornbeams would be so pretty. And I'm gonna pleach them, which is something that I've really, really wanted. You guys know I love that touch of formality and that touch of like English cottagey, English garden, anything. And so I'm thinking a pleached hedge of hornbeam, stunning, if I can keep them alive. So I think that those two will be really, really pretty there. Yeah, I think it'll be good. I'll see you guys in just a second for tomorrow when we get to planting. Just so you guys can kind of see before tomorrow hits, this is kind of how they sit. I'm gonna try to go low so the sun doesn't hit the lens, but I think that'll be quite nice, actually. I think it's going to be really, really pretty. And so all of this here and then all of this here will be eventually covered with the hornbeam. And then all of this will get limbed up. This one probably won't get limbed up too much more because I'll want it to still be just below the fence. But this one will get limbed up quite a bit. And then we won't have to worry about it being like full down here. And I can still underplant. So I think over here, the only thing I'm going to end up having to move is that rose. And then here, this poor chokeberry, you guys. I feel so bad for it. This chokeberry was originally here, and then I moved it to the other side of the property over there. And then I just moved it back, and I moved it from there to there, and it's got to get moved again. I really love it. It's a beautiful plant. I love the berries. I love the flowers on it. I have just abused this thing, and I feel so terrible about it. I guess that's just shuffling plants, and I guess that's just the name of the game on my property is nobody has a guaranteed spot around here. I guarantee absolutely nothing, but the hornbeams are going to be stunning. And if I can get my hands on maybe 5 more, I'm thinking if I can find 5 more at all, if I can even get them, to pull out the arbovitas, which have been giving us issues, and then plant the hornbeams, and then I can get those starting to grow and take off and lend just to some more privacy would be really, really nice. It's the next day, and I just got a package. Slug and bug killer. So, normally most years I go in with the Bonide Slug and Bug. I've used it for years. I've absolutely loved it. This year, I think there was a major price increase or something. I found it on Amazon and it was like 35, 40 bucks. And I was like, I can't. So I didn't. And so I found this. It was way more affordable. It's by this brand called Safer brand. Never used it. I'm gonna test it out, see how it works. I will report back to you if it's working or not, because I'm already seeing some slug damage on my hostas. My hosta's already coming up. So I'm gonna sprinkle this today, see how it works. I'm gonna assume it's gonna work exactly the same. And it's like way less expensive. So we're gonna try this out today. And then we're gonna go ahead and get those trees planted because they need to get planted ASAP. So I just pulled up the active ingredients on the bug and slug killer that I like to use. So the bug and slug is organic. The active ingredient is iron phosphate and spinosad, where the active ingredient is sodium ferric. Do I know what that means? No. Is this what I'm gonna use? Absolutely. I feel like most years I've kind of freaked out about making sure that things were organic or not in my garden. And I've come to the realization I just don't 100% care. Is that awful of me to say? I mean, I like to use organic if I can, but at $40, it's a bit much. So these pellets look almost similar. They just have a little bit of a red color to them. So I'm just gonna take this and sprinkle it. The instructions said just to sprinkle around your plants. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I've got a couple hostas that are already emerging, and that's what we're gonna do. all of my hostas now are taken care of, which is good. I'm getting on it early this year compared to most years. Usually they're like fully leafed out and looking beautiful. And I'm like, oh, I'm not even gonna deal with any slug issue. And then I deal with slug issue and I forget. I forget to do it. So this year I was like, I'm not gonna forget. I saw them starting to leaf out and I was like, it's time to take care of this. So I feel very happy that I'm getting on it early. There's still a little tiny bit of damage already. It'll be okay, it's fine. Now we're gonna get those trees planted. I'm really excited to get those trees in. We've set them up last night and we let them stay there, and I don't know, I think they're gonna be so perfect in that area. The one that is like fully branched out from bottom to top, I'm thinking that I might just leave it for the year. I mean, it's probably dumb of me, but I really like how it looks on the fence. It fills that little area in really nicely. Let me show you guys. So you can see we've got the two trees here. And I mean, look at the way that one looks right here. Isn't that so pretty? I mean, it'll be a little tiny bit lower, but I just think it's gonna be so gorgeous to have all of that green down low. I mean, eventually the ivory halo will fill out, but I don't know, I think I really like that compared to having to limb it up all the way to the very top. I mean, this one's already pretty much limbed up. I will eventually come in and be limbing it up just a little bit more because I don't want it to be that low. On both of them, I'll do exactly that. I'll be limbing them up. But, I don't know, I think for the time being, we'll just let them fill out and be full. And we'll start the training process after about a year. Really, with the training process of doing pleach or anything like that, you need to kind of start immediately. So it's probably a mistake. I mean, you don't want to let any branches get super thick down low. You want them at the height where you want them, and you want to just let it fill out and constantly be pruning on it, so it encourages lots of little branching to happen versus just getting a long runner branch. I don't know. We'll learn together, I guess. Before we even start that though, are you kidding me with this columbine? Isn't this so stunning? This here is called Pink Petticoat. It's a beautiful columbine, and I think I'm probably gonna need to spray for aphids here ASAP. Usually our columbine will get some aphids to it, and especially if I'm already seeing ants on it, it's time to spray for aphids. Okay, I have the camera on a really wide angle, so I'm sorry if it's a little bit weird, but I'm in this bed, and I wanna show you guys how close it is getting planted to the fence. So it is getting planted pretty close to the fence. I mean, it's probably about 1.5 to 2 feet away from the fence where it's gonna actually end up getting in the ground, but I need it to be close to the fence because the plan is to get it to create a hedge, and I'm blocking the sun, sorry. The plan is to create a hedge up against the fence at fence level, and we will be pruning on it and cutting on it to create privacy and block it. So it's going to be pruned and kept very small, which is exactly what these trees can handle. They're perfect for pruning on, and I guess that it says dramatic fall color on that tag, so if I get dramatic fall color out of it, that's going to be exciting. Also, look at the texture on these leaves. Isn't that the coolest thing you ever did see? They look like origami. So yes, they're planted really close to the fence. The trunk on these guys, yay big. Not an extremely large trunk, okay? So there's plenty enough room for the trunk. The branches, yes, the branches will go to the fence. I'm going to be pruning on it so the branches never actually touch the fence or go over the fence line. So 2 feet back, probably 2 feet forward-ish, and then I'm going to let it get as long as it possibly can that way. So we're gonna get to digging now, and I don't think I'm gonna be moving any plants. I thought I would end up moving the rose and I've got some Echinocloa down there, and I think I've just decided to just tuck her in and just let her be here. And then the other one, same thing. I'm not going to be moving anything. Well, for now, I won't be moving anything. I was going to move the chokeberry. You guys, I have so many guilty feelings about this chokeberry. So I just can't do it. So I'm not going to be moving the chokeberry today. That's what right now Robbie says. 10 minutes from now, Robbie could move the chokeberry. I think I found a really good spot for it. I'm thinking in this bed right here. I could use something tall right there. I don't know. Like, this bed would be really great for it. I've got another one of the columbine right there, the pink petticoat, and I've got this Vitex right here, and then I've got Storm Cloud. I think it's like Ansonium or something like that. Whatever it is, it's beautiful. I could put the chokeberry here and start creating some height. I need some like height. This is a lot of bare fence. I don't know. I mean, I've got 3 grasses, and the 3 grasses will fill up that section, but basically from here over, I don't have anything tall. So I should put the chokeberry there. Dang it. We're putting the chokeberry there today. Turns out it wasn't 10 minutes from now, Robbie. It was 45 seconds from now, Robbie. So, yeah, let's... I'm stalling. I don't want to dig holes. What an event that was. That was way more than that needed to be. But when the garden starts to get full, like it is, and I have to play shuffle on some plants, and I have to move things around constantly, I guess that's just the name of the game. Trying to plant 2 plants turns into moving multiple plants. And I still have a hosta that I technically need to move. You didn't even see me pull it off camera, and it's sitting in the dirt. So I found another hosta, totally forgot about it. And so yeah, I need to get that one planted. But the trees are in. I moved the storm cloud and I moved the chokeberry, and the trees are gonna be so beautiful. Let me show you guys. So both the trees are in, so beautiful. I cannot wait now. So this one right here is going to probably reach right behind the lemon cypress, and that one will also reach right behind the lemon cypress. And this one should reach all the way over, no issue. I mean, I really don't see it being an issue at all. Reaching over to the hopseed bush, it's going to be so pretty when we've got this like living hedge wall up super tall right there. It's gonna be so pretty. I will keep both sides maintained. That is the goal. I will also have to keep the top of it maintained. I probably won't let it get probably too much taller. I mean, it'll get taller than it is, but probably only by a couple more feet tall. So we're really gonna keep these guys just in check, and I think they're gonna be so beautiful. And then I did plant one of the Ansonium, the storm clouds, right back in that little hole. And my thought is it'll be really pretty in the springtime when these guys bloom. They bloom a little bit late spring, early. So these guys bloom mid-spring usually. We've had some days in the 80s, so it's tricking it to probably come alive a little bit earlier. And I thought some blue color right in there would be really, really pretty. I thought that would be quite nice. And then if we come down the walkway, I ended up moving the chokeberry right here. And so I now have this like blank wall, but the ivory halo dogwood will fill out this entire area. I expect it to fill in some of that this year. And then the tree right here, going to be stunning. I'm probably gonna leave those branches for this year. I might trim it up just a little bit. If I take all of them off, it's gonna be really, really bare, and I don't wanna do that. So I'm gonna leave some of them. I might come in and trim some of these like super low ones off just so they don't start to thicken up or anything. And then back here, I had the 3 storm cloud. There's my hosta that I need to plant. So I had 3 that I had planted, and I had this one original one here. And so the original one that's here is much larger, super beautiful color. And then the ones that are behind it were much smaller. And I had planted 3 of them, kind of forgetting that I had that 4th one there. I knew it was there, but I don't know. I wasn't thinking when I planted it. And so I had 1, 2, 3, and then one in the front, and it kind of looked weird, and it kind of annoyed me, but I didn't want to move it. So this was actually kind of like a little bit of a blessing in disguise, having to move the one. So I was going to put the chokeberry in between these 2, and I was going to let it, or in between these 3 in the triangle, and have it fill out right here. There's a giant concrete piece right there, so I couldn't plant it. So I had to go over, and it kind of worked out. You know what? I'm going to have the tall grass right up against it. I'll have the chokeberry here to start filling out the fence a little bit, and then the 3 of those guys right there. And if I want to, I could probably go in with something here nice and tall and to start filling that area in. And then it balanced that out a little bit more, and it tied in the garden in another place. So it made it so I've got the 3 blue here and then the 1 blue up on the other side. So going from the Lady Banks rose being completely gone, which is still super weird and very, very exposed. I mean, like, I used to stand here and you couldn't see anything. You could not see that house. Like, the rose covered all the way up to there. And so now we are very exposed right here. So I'm really, really hoping those trees are loving their life there, and that they put on some growth this year. The rule of thumb is sleep, creep, leap. And so first year they sleep, which is what's going to happen with these guys. Next year they will creep, so they'll put on some size. 3rd year they will take off and they will leap, and they will be beautiful. So I have to wait 3 years. I'm hoping that I don't. I fertilize them a little extra just to be safe, just give them a head start. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for visiting our garden. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this beautiful evening. Bye guys.